Hello everyone. Let me mute this for a moment. I am BuildinPro and welcome to our brand new series of Stardew Valley. Now as I get things started here by creating our brand new farm, I'm going to go ahead and explain what we got going on for this series. Now if you're here from our previous series, don't worry. If you're here from, what was that, Minecraft, don't worry, that series is still ongoing. I'm going to call it Subscriber Farm, just because I think that's fun. Something new. What is my favorite thing? Let's just go with YouTube, because YouTube is awesome. I like working there, I like watching stuff, and everybody likes YouTube. I mean, that's why you're here, right? Exactly. So I'm going to make this exactly what I'm doing. But like I was saying, if you're here from the previous series, don't worry, because I'm still working. I plan to continue working on Minecraft. I just wanted to change things up a little bit, do something a little bit different, because playing the same game can get old after a while. And while I love Minecraft, and always will, I like to change things up every once in a while. But don't worry, that series will ongo. We're just taking a little break for now. I might even switch back and forth between videos. Let's find some good hair. Try to make it look like I look like in real life. Whoa, that's some crazy hair. Now, just for full disclosure, I have played Stardew Valley before, but this is probably, it's been quite a while since I've played. So it'll be a nice new experience. I'll get to reacclimate myself to a lot of the things, and honestly, I've forgotten a lot of what I used to do. I think we'll go with the whole farmer look. What we got here? Only beards, glasses. I do wear glasses in real life, but I don't think I'm gonna put them on my farmer. Is that a bandana? Maybe I'll change the shirt. This looks pretty farmerish. I think we'll go with that. I'm gonna go with blue eyes. These are what I have. And I chose a dog because while I love both cats and dogs, I am a dog person in real life because I'm allergic to cats. I like cats, and there's nothing wrong with anybody who prefers either, but I have to go with dogs just because in real life I'm allergic to cats. That's how I made that decision. If you've never played Stardew Valley before, if you like anything like Farmville that you used to play on Facebook, or if you like Minecraft, it is amazing. I'll show you all what we can do with it. It's going to be a great experience. Basically, you start with nothing. You start with a farm. We'll get into the story because story is very important for Stardew Valley. This first episode is probably going to be just mostly the story, just some starter off information, just so everybody kind of get the hang of it. It'll be very exciting. Now on the right here, you can choose between the very different farms. The wilderness, monsters come out, the hilltop farm, and the forest. You can read the descriptions here if you decide to come and play it. But for this series, we're going to stick with the standard farm because that gives us the most space to work with. Now I'm not going to skip the intro here. Before I click OK and we actually get into this, I just want to give everybody a rundown. Now I'm going to show the entire story mode, everything that we record. I'm going to show it all, everything in the game. And when we actually get into the video, I'm going to make sure I don't talk so that you guys can see the story mode just as I see it. Because honestly, I've forgotten, other than some of the obvious things like the very first thing that we're about to view. I remember that, of course, but most of it I've forgotten. So before I get too chatty with this, I think I may have already gotten too chatty, but it's a little too late now. So let's go ahead and get into the story mode. And if you've never played before, then you definitely want to watch this because it gives you some backstory on the whole thing. Alright, I'll go ahead and read this out loud. Unfortunately, during this whole video there should have been some sounds, but I guess since I turned it off initially it didn't play. But I can't fix that now, so I'll go ahead and read this part out loud. It says, "Dear BuildinPro, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything, the place I truly belong. Enclose the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Subscriber Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's a perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all. Now it's yours. Know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa." P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? And here is Robin. Says, "Hello, you must be BuildinPro. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival." I think I'm going to turn the sounds down real quick. There we go, hopefully that's quiet enough for everybody so they can still hear it, but it's not overwhelming. Alright, Robin says the farm's right over here if you'll follow me. This is Subscriber Farm. Yikes. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. Here we are, your new home. "Ah, the new farmer," says Mayor Lewis. "Welcome, I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So, moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic? That's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Rude. Don't listen to her, BuildinPro. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades." Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would really appreciate that. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. Alright, before we even get things started, I'm going to see if I can find the settings here. I'll turn this down. I love the music of Stardew Valley, but I don't want it to be overwhelming for everybody. I I want to make sure that you can still hear me talk clearly and it's not too much of an issue. When I was working on the Minecraft series, I was still trying to learn how to have my voice pronounce over everything that was going on in the background, all the sounds, all the music, the ambience, etc., etc. So hopefully that won't be an issue with this one, but I guess we'll have to wait and see after this episode comes out. But anyway, that was our intro into Stardew Valley. As you can see, we hated our little desk job in our tiny little cubicle, so we hopped on board of a bus and came out to a farm that our grandpa had left to us. Apparently he had the same issue when he was younger, so he passed it on to us when he passed away. So that is that. And we already met Lewis and Robin, who are going to be very important people in our journey during Stardew Valley. Now, if you've never played this before, relationships are very important, and they're a very big part of Stardew Valley. It adds a lot to the story. Now, I don't want to give everything away, but people, the other townsfolk, they're all different. None of them are just copy and pasted. They all have their unique personality and looks and everything. So, before we get really too much into talking, you control yourself as you saw over here with WASD. You right click to do things like turn on this fire, and you can left click to use your tools. It's nothing too complicated. That's pretty much basics for every game. Now I like to have my tools set out in a certain direction, in a certain field, just because that's how I'm used to it. So looks like we start off with 500 gold here. Our tools, we have a pickaxe, we have our axe, our hoe, our watering can, and a scythe. All these are used for different things. You can scroll over it to see what it's used for if you've never played this before, but I'll pretty much be showing all that in the beginning. Now, one thing I like to do when I begin in Stardew Valley, I do remember this part, is I go into options and I show the always show tool hit location. That is this little red box that you see here. Because wherever you, here I'll show you with the watering can, wherever you have this pointed is where your tool is going to make effect. So without this, it's kind of a gamble. Hopefully you'll get it right, but you never can tell. Anyway, let's get into the actual game. So we just woken up our cozy little bed in our nice little cabin here. It looks like somebody left us a present. We got 15 parsnip seeds, you can see down here. Here's a little something to get you started from Mary Lewis. That was nice of him. We're getting things started off very well. So you got an arrow up here. This is our journal. So we have two, I guess, quests or tasks, if you want to call them. I'm going to call them quests because I played some World of Warcraft at one time, so that's just kind of what I'm used to. So journal number 1, our quest is, if you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basics. Use your hoe to till the soil, then use a seed packet on the tilled soil to sow a crop. Water every day until the crop is ready for harvest. Our objective is to cultivate and harvest a parsnip. Easy, no problem, we can do that. We already have some seeds thanks to Mary Lewis. Our next quest is, it would be a nice gesture to introduce yourself around town. Some people might be anxious to meet the new farmer. 2 out of 28 people greeted, so that might take a while. We won't be able to do that immediately. That's something we can work on during this series. So this little cabin, if you've never played before, you can move things around. You can decorate it however you want. Just pick things up, like I can move this here. Looks a little weird there. I kind of like the initial layout. But once we actually upgrade our home, we can make it bigger, better, add our own decorations. We can even change the flooring and the wallpaper, but we'll get into that. Customizable, and I love that about this. But before I get way too into it, I'm going to go down to our farm, so let's go check that out. So welcome to our very own subscriber farm, everyone. Footsteps are still a little loud. I think I'm going to turn them. But this is where we're going to do all of our work. This is where our farm's going to be. This is where we're going to grow everything. All sorts of stuff. As you can see, if you press E, this is how you get to that menu, by the way. It'll show you your skills, your social, you rank up with everybody. You can even marry somebody if you want to. It has a little map. Here's the town. We got a general store, we got a fish shop, we got a nice little wooded area. Got Marnie's Ranch, community center. Who knows what this is? There's the mines up here. Joja Mart. Isn't that the company that we used to work for? I remember seeing those signs. Guess we'll have to look into that later. But we got all sorts of question marks. What that means, we have lots of secrets to discover, which is very exciting. I love doing that kind of stuff. Here's the bus stop. That's where we came, so we haven't been too far. But that's where we've been. We have a crafty menu. There's not much here right now, but there will be a lot more later. We'll add to this over time. And we'll get more recipes and more crafting areas. We'll get more things to work with. It'll be collections here. It's all the stuff collect. Now this one seems like a lot, but this is just farm forageables. We also have fish, artifacts, minerals, cooking, and then just basic achievements. Like this one is shipping 15 of every single crop, or shipping 300 of one crop. You can get all of these achievements over time, so maybe that's something we'll do. But in the meantime, this is what we've got to work with. I think before we actually go into town and check things out, what I want to do today is get all of our parsnips in the ground so we can get some profit going. At 15, these take 4 days to mature, so we'll have to hoe out a 15 wide area. They're not 15 wide, 15 large area, 15 blocks large. So with the grass, we use our scythe, just get rid of that, and we pick up fiber from it. Now, normally when you're first starting off, it's not a good idea to siphon out all of the grass like this. You can siphon out the weeds like this thing up here. You can siphon that out. It's not very useful except for fiber. But the grass down here, you normally don't want to do that initially because you might need it for food later. We can't use it just yet because we don't have a silo. That stuff down the road. It's just a nice little tip if you're just getting things started off. But all your different tools are used for exactly what you would expect them to be used for. Clear this area. I'm going to plan not to talk over absolutely everything that I do, but I don't want you guys to just have to sit here and watch some guy run around on a farm. During like any story sequences or anything like that, I'm obviously going to shut my yapper, but we can all listen in because I'm just as interested in this game as all of you are. Probably just gonna clear out this nice little section here. It's much bigger than what we actually need, but I think it's gonna look snazzy. Ooh, your axe isn't strong enough to break this stump. There's something that we can't deal with yet, but I guess down the road we'll be able to take care of that. Alright, gives us stuff to work for and stuff to look forward to. Ah, there's that Stardew Valley music. It's very subtle in the background, but I'm going to be quiet so we can listen in. I hate to interrupt such classic songs for Stardew Valley like this, but one little secret that's handy to know just from the get-go, that if you see this little worms right here, you can see them wiggling. One of the few blocks that actually wiggle, but you want to use your hoe on them, and you will get something in return. It could be useless stone that you can find anywhere, or it can be very rare artifacts. So it is pretty much always a good idea to hoe them when you see them. This time we got a rusty spur, you can see down here. It says, you found an artifact. The curator of the local museum might want to know about this. So if we look at it, it just says rusty spur artifact. It says Gunther can tell you more about this if you donate it to the museum. That's definitely something we're going to have to do later. We'll hold on to that and give it to Gunther once we find the museum. Just going to clean this up a little bit. Now where should we put them? We only got 15, so if we do 5 by 3, let's go straight out from our front door here because that's 3 wide. If you don't know from previous years, I like things to be symmetrical, very neat and tidy. Whoops, fix that. You didn't know once you hoe over a spot, you can put it back if you just use your pickaxe. That's something handy. Looks like we got some clay. We don't have anywhere to put it down. It's okay. So you hoe it, then you can place the seeds. Then you have to water it. And you have to water your seeds every single day so that they grow. Unless it is raining, of course. Didn't know in Stardew Valley there are 4 seasons. Each season lasts 28 days. If you look in the top right hand corner, right up here, you can see the time of the day it is and what day of the week it is. The day of the week matters because certain shops are closed on certain days of the week. So it's a good idea to kind of take note of when shops are open and closed because it'll always come in handy when you're trying to buy something. It can be frustrating when you get to a store just to realize that, oh, it's closed. Why is it closed? The middle of the week. But once you get down the routine of everybody, it makes it a lot easier. And you can even download some mods, I think they call them mods, using the Stardew Valley modding. Just use some minor ones, just like keep track of people's schedules and others so that stores are always open, stuff like that. Or you can go easy with them, get like a tractor or change the lookout of other people, stuff like that. It's something you can do. I don't recommend doing that from the get-go, but down the road, if you get starting to get toward the end game, it's always nice to change things up because this is kind of a game that really stops because it's just that awesome. So as you can see here, our inventory is full, and because of that, we can't pick up this little item right here. So since I collected some wood, you can see down here we have 58 wood. What I'm going to do is go into the crafting inventory, select a chest. Now I can't place it anywhere, so I'll just toss this clay out just for a second. And we have a chest, so now we can place the chest down. I'll just put it up here for now. This is just temporary. But I can right click and open that, place all the stuff in there that I don't need right now. So it's very handy to do because at the beginning you don't have a whole lot of inventory space. You see here all these boxes are grayed out. That means we can't use them right now, but down the road we can use them again. I think we just have to unlock some stuff. So for now, the chest is going to be our go-to item. Now that we got our parsnips planted and watered and ready to go, I think what we're going to do is go into town, see if we can look around a little bit. We don't have a whole lot of time. As you can see here, it's already 5:40. It's good to know that you have to be back in bed by a certain time. Now heading from our farm, look at the map, or you can just memorize it pretty quickly. It's not huge, but you'll learn your way around. We head east from our farm. It'll take us to the bus stop where we came in. And items, if you look on the ground, like items like this and this here, you can pick those up. You just gotta walk over them. Oh, see, we just picked up a leek. It's a forgeable item. As you saw in our achievements and stuff, you can forge for certain items. It's always a good idea to pick those up because even if you don't eat them, you can sell them. Always a good idea to keep some of it on hand though. Now this is town. This is the town center here, as you can tell by the little circle here. This is where all the gatherings and stuff are. Oh, here's the general store. I'm not sure if they're open. Looks like, who's this? This is Pierre. He says, "Hey, it's Mr. BuildinPro, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of the local general store. If you're looking for seeds, my shop is the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price." Well, that's good. A little agriculture could really inject new life into the local economy. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to buy some seeds. Come back when Pierre's tending shop. Pierre's over here. Here, get behind the counter so I can buy some stuff for you. Please? I have $500. No? Alright, well, maybe we'll try later. Here's a backpack. Backpack upgrade, 24 slots. Purchase 2,000 gold. Ah, not yet. Nice that they start us off with almost enough to get there. I like how we can just walk right into their house. There's another person down here I'll introduce to. This is Caroline. They say, "Hello, you must be BuildinPro, the new farmer." Caroline. Okay, cool story, bro. Can I turn the fire off? I can't. We got a nice place here. I guess I missed the store today. It's not a big deal. It says, "You're not good enough friends with Pierre or Caroline to enter their bedroom." Well, I guess that makes sense. Not good enough friends with Abigail. I can see Abigail over there. Looks like she's playing a game or something. She's going to bed. It's 7:30. You're a teenage woman, I guess. Geez, 7. Not gonna lie, going to sleep at 7:30 sometimes is pretty great. Pierre's General Store closed on Wednesdays. Ah, So this is something to take note of. Trying to buy or sell something on Wednesdays, then don't come to Pierre's. There's somebody over here. Let's go introduce ourselves. This is Clint. It says, hi, I'm Clint. Chatty fellow, that one. But as you could see earlier, we're working on that one. We're working on an introduction quest. We have 5 out of 28 people. What is this? It says the Star Drop Saloon. Let's go in here. This one's packed with people, so let's introduce ourselves. This one is Pam. Hey kid, the name's Pam. Well, alright. Who's this? This one's Gus. Well, hello there. I'm Gus, chef and owner of the Star Drop Saloon. Okay. This is Emily. Ooh, I can read it on your face. You're going to love it here in Pelican Town. If you're ever looking for something to do in the evening, stop by the saloon. That's where I work. Well, it is the evening, and we're at the saloon. But thanks for the tip, I guess. Who's this loner over here? Shane. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? Oh. We found the least friendly guy around town so far. Looks like they got a nice little arcade, and I think you can actually play these. Got sorts of cool stuff in here. That's stuff we might have to come back and look at later. It's already 8:40, and I want to look at some more stuff around town. It looks like we got some more houses throughout the place. Nothing too exciting. We go across the bridge here. It'll take us to the library. This looks like the library. I assume this is closed. Yeah, open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And up here is the blacksmith. What are the hours for this? Locked. Open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Looks like we got something over here that we can forage. Perfect. A little sneak peek or a little tip is that if you look in trash cans, sometimes you can find stuff. However, don't look in trash cans when somebody is around. Because if they catch you, they'll think it's gross and you can lose friendship points. Like we just found some bread. Somebody at the library threw away some perfectly good bread. How dare they? How dare they? So from town, if we keep going south, we'll cross this little bridge in the river, take us to the beach. And on the beach, they can find all sorts of cool stuff. Like we got some stuff that washed up over here. I'll throw this piece of wood out so that I can pick up this clam. And we got some more worms we can farm up. That gold ore. And pick up this other clam. Looks like we got a dock down here. The fishing dock, it's probably closed, I assume, this time of night. We should start heading back soon. What is this? It's a big question mark with a broken piece of wood on it. With 300 pieces of wood, this could be fixed. 300 pieces? How long is that little plank right there? My goodness. But that's pretty much it for this. Come back and fix that. We already used 50 wood on a chest, so 300 to make it all. Definitely come take care of that. Now I'll head back home, but we'll actually go the other direction. Came in from northwest of town, we'll be heading out the southwest of town. And by heading out this direction, we'll pass by Marnie. Now, as you can see, Marnie is the one who takes care of all the animals and stuff, and we can buy animals from her in the future. But that's quite a bit down the road because animals can be expensive and they're not very cost effective at the beginning. Now, this leads directly up to the bottom of our farm. So we're going to have to, since our farm is just so dirty, we're going to have to try and get back to our farm the best way that we can. Unfortunately, since our inventory is full, all the stuff that we're knocking down, we can pick it up. So I'm just going to try and make it as efficient as possible. Alright, as you can see here, it said it's getting late down here and we had some Z's above our head. It is 12 a.m. You have to be in your bed by 2 a.m. or you will pass out. You'll lose energy and you can lose money depending on where you pass out. I try to always be in bed by 1 just to keep playing things safe. Once you start getting past 12, the game gives you a warning. They don't want you to stay out late. Turn our fireplace on, light the room a little bit, it looks better. But the game doesn't want you to stay out late, so they want you to make sure you get back to bed on time. So for that, all we gotta do, walk into our bed, and go to sleep for the night. But I think that'll pretty much be it for this first episode. It was very productive. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do a whole lot, but we got to do a little tour around town. got to meet quite a few people. We did the basic introduction of the series and the game itself. It was overall pretty productive. So when you walk into bed, all you gotta do is go to sleep and wake up at 6 a.m. the next day, rising bright and early. As you can see down here, since we got to bed so late, our energy is not full, but that's okay. We can't do a whole lot at the beginning anyway. I'll get a little bit more into that in the next episode. But for now, thanks for watching, everyone. If this is a series you like, let me know down below in the comment section. If you're interested, then subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you can be notified next time I have a video come out, which will probably be pretty soon. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm BuildinPro, and I'll see you in the next episode.